For many of us, school is a place that we spend 12 years of our lives, from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. We arrive at the bell, eat lunch, leave at the bell, and then we do it all over again the next day. School is also a place that many of us build a lot of other skills, apart from academics, including social skills, communication skills, how to talk to other people, how to ask questions, how to behave in a classroom setting. Some may call this a prison. For others, this might seem a lot closer to reality than we realize. The school to prison pipeline is a very slippery slope. And it can impact students from all different races and genders. But if you look at the statistics, it may suggest that the school to prison pipeline targets one particular group of students in specific. I'm there. The pipeline is how the system trains students away from school and right into the hands of the juvenile justice system and prison. For many students, school is a chore, something to despise. Because of this, they tend to find other outlets that may lead them closer and closer to the jaws of the criminal justice system.
Certain policies, like zero tolerance policies, lead to cases like a 6-year-old being handcuffed for having a tantrum and an autistic boy being tased for not following directions. My mom was in a situation where she could have pressed charges against 2 8-year-old boys. The 2 boys had been physically aggressive with their other classmates and had been punished that day by having recess inside. The 2 boys then came behind my mom, pinned her arms behind her, and pushed her against the desk. The encounter left her very shaken, and she called the police on them just to have an officer scare them straight. The police officer asked my mom if she wanted to press charges against these 2 8-year-old boys. She said no. Later that week, one of the boys' mothers came up to her and said she'd wish she pressed charges against her own son because she was scared of him and how physically aggressive he was in 3rd grade. The issue of being scared of your own child is entirely a separate can of worms. However, the issue still stands. About 10 years ago, my mom saw a news story with the same boy whose mother asked her to press charges. He is now 37 years old, been convicted for multiple counts of assault and once with a deadly weapon. Jason Brown, who is now 37 years old, has served over 8 years in prison. Here is Jason Brown's criminal record. There are no existing photos of him because he's not been arrested in the last 8 years. Makes you wonder what he's up to today and if he's even still alive. My mom said after seeing the story, she had a lot of guilt. She didn't know if the way she handled that situation was appropriate. However, she wasn't not taught any better, and then I saw schools implemented the no tolerance policies at the school at the time. Reflecting on it, she thinks that was incredibly inappropriate and was probably the reason why he felt the school system was against him from such a young age.